I'll give you your flowers for that. That was so good. Oh, I made myself laugh with the racket. Yeah. I was like, that was so good. You're like, wait a minute. Yes. Have you ever been to the spot?
Nitty did it, nigga.
You can just tell, like, it's a, can't see a book. I see it, just enough to get
Yo, man, y'all make some noise for y'allself for coming out here tonight, up in the building, man, for the first episode of Moody Wuz Here, up in here in Madison. Man, we are definitely happy to be in the building, man. We're very appreciative of Madison's restaurant holding it down. Hey, shout out to Christina in the background back there, man. I love it, man. We out here, man, having a good time, talking about mental health. This is #1 mental health podcast. If you didn't know, now you know, you feel me? Come on now.
Let's go.
Y'all know what it is, man. We do got a special guest out here tonight, but we do also got DJ Andre back there in the back, man, holding it down. Yeah! Y'all better know it, man. But without further ado, DJ Andre, give me something real quick, man, so I can introduce my guest the right way, the proper way.
I feel like I'm about to fall down. Mic on and stuff.
My dog.
Michael Jordan?
Oh, yeah. Let me get my voice right. I got to use my announcer voice. And now, all the way live, Moody Wuz Here! Yeah! And coming all the way down from South Carolina, man, you might have seen him on the field, former Green Bay Packer, and now mental health advocate, the one and only Mr. Bostick, Brandon Bostick!
You call him Mr. Bombastic.
My dog, man. Hey, we in here, man. Yo, my man, happy to be up here tonight, my brother.
For sure. So happy to have me. Thank you for inviting me.
No, most
Thank
definitely.
you for giving me a chance to speak and tell my story.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I've been trying to get you to tell this story for about a little while now.
I know, man. Sometimes you gotta wait. And just do it when you're ready. You know, it's hard to tell the story and hard to kind of be vulnerable, but I'm here and I'm present. Let's do it.
No, I'm ready. I'm glad, man. Like I said, speaking of being vulnerable, man, like I said, it does take a lot of vulnerability to kind of get in front of the mic to tell your story at any point. But awfully definitely whenever you're in front of people, then always giving it out to the rest of the world, you know. How did you get to the point that you were comfortable with telling your story?
Oh, that's what you're gonna start me on with?
Yeah, I'm gonna work my way back, but I'm gonna start there,
that's
like,
a great
you
question.
know.
Man, just doing a lot of work, a lot of therapy, a lot of just inner work on myself, being comfortable with telling my story, being comfortable with just talking about anything.
Word.
So now there's no filter, there's nothing to hold back. I can just speak and just speak my truth, as they would say, and speak about whatever I have to say. So just a lot of work and a lot of belief and a lot of just building confidence in myself.
That's what's up. That's dope. Like I said, it takes, like I said, that vulnerability, and like I said, just repetition. I feel like always helping me, especially whenever I tell about my story like that. But it ain't about me tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's about Mr. Bombastic. You know what I mean? It ain't about me. It's like I said, just having that repetition. So it's like, do you feel like it was did you hit like hurdles and stumble whenever you started telling those stories? And how did you kind of overcome that if you did?
Oh man, I'm still facing hurdles. Like even in the back, that's kind of what I had to get up. I was sweating. I was starting to get nervous. I'm thinking all these thoughts.
You
like,
amongst family,
like,
don't
am
they
I
look
gonna
at
talk
those
about?
friendly
family,
faces?
but
You know what I mean?
At the same time, I just got nervous and all those things come up. But just being able to tell my story, just being able to, like I said, just doing the work and just being able to be transparent about whatever I'm going through and just be able to work through it and having the support I need and having all the things I need to be able to tell the story, or even when I'm not feeling my best, having the support I need to be able to be the best that Brandon can be.
I feel that. And definitely I'm going to give it like a little bit of background. Like I said, I wasn't going to even touch on it because, like I said, I heard you talk about the play so many times and whatnot, and that's kind of like what was the start of, like I said, you would cause like that kind of shift in your life or whatnot. So like for people that don't know, like I said, you know, you're with the Green Bay Packers, you know what I'm saying? They might be Pack fans around here, you might not know. You back in Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? A couple cheeseheads. So like I said, this is 2015, back in the day. Can you believe that we've aged that much now? Like,
I can't believe it for sure.
And like I said, I mean, I never forget that day personally. Like I said, whenever I'm watching a football game, like especially, I always know like where my dog's at on the field or whatever. So I knew on that play exactly where you were standing at.
Yeah.
So like I said, whenever I saw that onside kick go up, and like I said, it didn't go the way it was supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? My heart immediately dropped, you know what I mean? And I know, like I said, just how everything played out. Obviously, we know, like, eventually the Packers lost that game, the NFC Championship game. Seahawks going to end up going to the Super Bowl, blase. And after that, you know, your life was a turn after that. Yeah. So it's like that play, you know, going back to that time, you know, how do you even remember that moment now?
I don't. It's funny that you asked that question. I don't. She's a psychologist. She know my mind kind of went blank. I blacked out. You know, when you go through trauma, sometimes your brain don't really remember what's going on. Your brain don't want to remember the trauma. So after that, I didn't know what happened. I just remember everyone screaming at me. I know he wasn't screaming for good reasons. So I just went through that, and then I just had to pick myself up because the game continued to go on. But at the same time, that was just gut-wrenching for me. That kind of just took my soul, my manhood, just everything I worked for as a young adult. Since I was 5, I played football. So that's all I wanted to do was eventually get to the Super Bowl. So I passed all these tests. I worked my ass off, and then I finally get to the point where I feel like I'm arrived, and then that happened. So I kind of just had to start over. I had to pick myself up again. That's when I really found myself. I found who I was. I'm forever grateful for that moment. Because if not, I wouldn't even have a story. I would have a story to tell, but my story is a little more. They can connect and people can feel it because after that scenario, I kind of went through a deep depression and I picked myself up to be here today. So I think that was inspiring for me. I think it was a light for me. It was a light for me to change my life, and that's what I did. So ever since then, I've just been trying to stay on a good path and continue to move forward in life.
I'm with that, man. Y'all make some noise for that, yo, man. For sure. I know one of the moments like that, like I said, just for us like being in football, especially like I said, something that as kids we dream about, just for us like, you know, as far as we can take our football careers. I know for me and a lot of people, you know, we look at football like as our identity. Like I said, after that, sure. You know, most people you kind of have like that, okay, I know my career is going to be kind of coming to an end here soon. Mm-hmm. Like yours kind of like was like boom, boom, you know what I'm saying? I know you in your mind for sure, and I'm speaking for myself too, I just knew like, you know, you'll be in the league, you know, plenty more years, you know what I'm saying, after that. How did you deal with that sudden shift of, oh my gosh, now I got to like figure out who I am now outside of football?
Ooh, man, I didn't deal with it, to be honest. This is 2015, so I started my rookie year was 2012, so I was probably like my second or third year in. I was finally starting to get my groove, starting to get in my prime, starting to make a name for myself, and so, damn, I lost concentration on what you said.
It's all good.
What did you ask me again?
Yeah, no, just for us like finding your identity after
after
football, yeah.
It's funny, I lost track because sometimes my brain don't want to talk.
It's all good, you good.
Yeah, so I lost my identity. Like I said, I've kind of lost who I was.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been playing football since I was 5, so just losing that piece, not being able to play football, that play happened, I kind of didn't love football after that because it hurt. Like football hurt me and it brought me a lot of pain, so I kind of lost who I was, being a football player, and that's all I ever knew. All I played was sports since I was 5, so all I know is a football player. So when football was taken away from me, I didn't have nothing to fall back on. So I struggled with that. I struggled with just coping and struggled with grieving. Like coping to me was going out to drink with my buddies and partying at the time because that's all I knew. I didn't have any skills at the time. My parents didn't raise me to talk to a therapist or talk to someone about my feelings. So at the time, I just did what I knew, which was numb the pain, smoking, drinking, partying, having fun with my friends, which I thought it felt good, but you know, it kind of took me down a lower spiral, and that kind of caught up with me. So I kind of lost my identity, went through that. I still, at the same time, I was only, I was 26. 26 years old. My career was over, I thought, but at the same time, it was a point for me to come back, like a comeback story.
Right.
Because at the time, I was only 2 years in, and in order to like get all your benefits, so your retirement plan, your 401k, your insurance, you have to play 3 years. So at the end, my career was over. So I'm like, dang, what am I gonna do? Like, I just played football. That's all I had to fall back on. I didn't have a college degree at the time. 'cause I left school to go to the NFL, so I didn't have nothing to fall back on. So I'm like, man, I gotta pick myself up somehow. I gotta go get one more year somehow.
No
And
way.
so that's just what I did. I just kind of went back to what got me there. Went back to my training, and I just picked myself up and just.
And then you
went
end up
from there.
going to the Jets, though, right?
No. It's funny. I think I cut from the Packers. I went to the rival. I went to Minnesota.
No.
I was a Viking, so I went to the Vikings.
Whoa.
that made it even worse. So even Packers fans even hated me worse.
Oh yeah, no, for sure,
But it wasn't my choice. Like I got
I got bills, I got
fired
stuff
from
I
one
gotta
job.
do.
I needed
That's
another job.
exactly.
And Minnesota called me. I'm like, sure, like I can just drive down the street. So I was on that team. Still going through a depression.
Yeah.
Partying, drinking, still just doing all those bad things, and just lost my spot. Like I was just flying to Miami every weekend from Minnesota, flying to Miami. Because that's what felt good. I didn't really care about football. I kind of lost the love of football, so that's what I did. And finally, like the preseason game we were playing, and coach was like, like you don't want to play football. Like it's not in your heart. You're not studying the plays. You're not really showing up at practice. So I was just going through the motions. So they cut me from there. And so then I had to start back over again. So I went from Green Bay to Minnesota.
Oh, I didn't know that at all, man.
Yeah, that was another tough point.
Oh, I definitely didn't know that.
Yeah, that was.
Dang, why you didn't call me in Miami? You know what I mean?
I was like, man. So that was another hurdle I had to get over. I had to deal with that play. And it was like, oh, you traitor, you went to the Vikings. I'm like, no, like.
Yeah, because they rugged. I already know how like our, especially like I said, they're like the death threats, like I said,
for
you
sure.
got and all that, man.
All that.
They
But it's so common for Green Bay players to go to Minnesota. So like everyone does that. Like
yeah, it's another
if
job.
you need a job, you can go to Minnesota.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like people forget that like the NFL is just another job, just anything else. You know what I mean? Just like I gotta go work, I gotta go still pay bills. You know what I'm saying? They want that die hardness no matter where you at. So I'm like, man, I gotta go to put my resume in somewhere else.
That's exactly what I did, and just needed a job. So I went there. Then I got released from there. Then I went back to Arizona. And then I was still doing the same things, all the bad things I was doing. So then finally they cut me, and then that's when my coach was like, you aren't gonna make it here.
Yeah.
But still, at the same time, I needed that extra year.
No word.
Because I wasn't getting the time because I was just bouncing around different teams. So I was still chasing that 1 year so I can get all my benefits.
So did you get the 1 year?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I got 2 more years.
Oh, okay, for sure. I'm like, now I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm thinking, like.
Yeah, but that was just the stepping process.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely know them. That was in there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember that, man, for sure. No doubt. Yeah. Okay, all right. So now football was over. That I said, I mentioned you got them 3 years. Come on now, got that 401k. You know what I mean? Sure. And then, boom, COVID hits. Pandemic hits.
Yeah, COVID hit. Well, COVID didn't. That was let's go 2017. That's when my career ended. That's when I went through. That's when I finally realized that I had some shit going on with myself.
I got you.
Like I need to go see what's going on. So I went to a therapist. No, I didn't go to a therapist at that time. I went to a treatment facility.
Okay.
I was still trying to. This is what happened.
What's that like?
So I went to my last year on the Jets, still going through this depression, still trying to figure out life. My last game of the season, I was in the Jets. This is my 5th year.
Yeah.
So I got 2 more years after that.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. The Jets.
Got that, and this is when I kind of had to step back. I was partying in New York. I'll never forget this. New Year, January 2016. I was just partying, having fun in New York, going out to the city, and partying with some friends, and someone put something in my drink. True story. Someone put something in my drink. So then, this is on Friday night. Saturday night, we had practice. I go to the meeting, go to the facility. I have a drug test. I'm like, no way. I have a drug test. I already knew what I was doing. I was partying, and then I figured out. Obviously, I was feeling it. So I'm like, damn, like this ain't gonna go well.
Word.
I got a game tomorrow. I'm feeling bad. I failed a drug test on the game of day before a game. So
I ain't mean to laugh.
But that was funny. But that's kind of what ended my career. Because I was just partying, just losing focus of myself, losing who I was, just trying to find anything to numb this incident from 2015. So that's what happened. And just 2015 came, I'm finally like, okay, like substance abuse is real. Like you know that shit is real. So I finally realized that, and I just went to a treatment facility in California for 30 days. So I went there for 30 days trying to figure out, did I love football? Like what I need to do. So I got on this path, and I figured out football wasn't it for me. So I just retired, and that's how my career ended.
Bro, that's wild to me. It's like I said, especially me knowing you, like on the whole outside looking in type of deal. Like I'm thinking like the play, and then like I didn't even know none of this else was going on.
Yeah.
So it's like you still had opportunity afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to kind of like rebounce from that. But like I said, it was not even necessarily that was like holding you back from still like going forward. Man, you just blew my mind right now, man. I don't know you. We don't talk enough, bro. Like I don't know what
that's just part of the story. That's part of my journey. So that's what happened. In 2017, I came. 2018, I did nothing, partying, drinking, smoking, doing whatever.
Yeah.
19, 20, that's when COVID came, so you started there. COVID started, that's when I think I finally started to see the light, I started to finally get on this path. I was working with a therapist from 2000. I had 3 years of therapy, 3 years of work, 3 years of, medication, 3 years of having a psychologist, 3 years of going on plan. So I'm like, damn, COVID hit. And so I didn't know what to do. And that set me back even more.
Right.
Because I couldn't work out. I had all this stuff, but I couldn't do any of that because the world was shut down. So that kind of set me back. And I had to go to the treatment facility again.
Right.
So I went twice during COVID. I went from April. I went the whole month. I went for 30 days.
Dang.
So I went there again, just trying to figure out what was going on. So I finally got what was going on. And finally.
So what was do you have like something that you could pinpoint that was like the moment that it like flipped over for you to where you were starting to like, okay, I can see strides in my life that I want to see?
To be honest with you, just seeing other professional athletes talk about mental health. Just Dak Prescott was talking about it. He lost his brother to suicide.
Right.
He was talking about it. This other kickboxer was talking about what he was going through. I saw this Netflix documentary about this athlete who's dealing with a lot of concussions and brain injuries, and he was talking about his symptoms. I'm like, damn, that's kind of how I've been feeling. So that kind of sparked my interest. I'm like, okay, if he's feeling that way, like a lot of athletes must be feeling this way.
No, yeah, for
I
sure.
know I'm feeling this way, but I don't know what to do with it. So I reached out to him and on Twitter, his social media. I'm like, hey, bro, I'm having the exact same symptoms you are. Like, I'm feeling the same way you do. How can you help me?
Right.
And then he just kind of just reached me out, gave me these resources, and that's what kind of just gave me some strength. Just knowing that, I wasn't the only one. Knowing I wasn't, just because everyone was struggling. But I didn't know how to express it. I didn't know what to do because I felt that pain before, but at the same time, I just didn't know how to, I guess, just take the extra step. And I had a girlfriend at the time, so I was dealing with that. Just trying to figure out my life after football, going through depression with a girlfriend. I'm like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, somebody didn't help me, so that's literally what I did. I just spoke up and reached out, and life been good ever since.
That's good, yo. Like I said, speaking up for yourself, and a lot of times that's like really the hardest part, just being able to like find the words to kind of put to how you're feeling.
Yeah.
I know, speaking for myself, like I definitely struggle with like finding the words to express myself the way I want to express myself.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've had like multiple concussions as well from football, and like I said, I know that, like I said, it's like only something that somebody else that been through they kind of relate to it.
Yeah.
It's like a feeling that you can't really like put in words with because you can't gravitate. Like you can't go to your uncle, mom, and nobody.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to get that. So just being able that you were able to like reach out to somebody that you knew has been going through that, man, that's dope on your end, man. I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you like found you used that platform for other than just like venting or whatever the case may be, that you actually were active in that case. But moving forward from that moment, now I know, like you said, you've been to treatment centers, you've been like therapy and everything like that. And you've been through the ringer, you know what I'm saying? So now I know that you have like day-to-day things that you do for yourself, you know what I'm saying? So like what are the day-to-day things like for yourself that you, in order to like keep yourself on your team, what we call it?
I try to break up my life into, just
what you mean?
4 different, break up my day. Like I'm always gonna do something for my physical body.
Okay.
So I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do yoga, I'm gonna go for a walk, just something to keep my body loose, keep my body active. So I'm always gonna do a workout, yoga, and then I'm going. What else I like to do? I like to do something for my mental.
Right.
Like
What does that look
read,
like? What is like?
Read. I might do yoga. I enjoy working with my therapist. Like today, I had my therapist appointments before I came. So I know I was gonna talk to you, but even more important, I was dealing with my aunt passed over like last week, so I'm like, I need to see her just so I can have my mind right, so I can come here and speak to y'all. So I did that. Just a bunch of little things just to, keep me sharp mentally. I enjoy working with kids. That fills my bucket. That gives me a sense of purpose. Love talking about mental health. That keeps me connected. That gives me a platform. That gives me, again, another sense of purpose. I feel like I'm influencing people. I'm giving back. And I put all those things together, and that kind of makes you for a good day. But Yeah, that's what I usually
No,
try
I
to
feel
do.
that. And like I
it's
said,
much more complicated than that, but that's usually what I try to
no,
focus
no,
on.
no, that's good. Like I said, simplicity is normally the best route to go. Like I said, not to overcomplicate things. And like I said, I know you also got a dog.
I do.
How did that help?
He helps a lot.
Is it Marley?
Marley, that's my
Come
boy
on,
Marley.
man.
He's my emotional support dog. He's a standard poodle, so he's a big boy. He's a big teddy bear, but he's he's a lot of, he's my, he grounds me. I like wake up in the morning, I see Marley, and I know it just gets me going. Gives me something to get out of bed for. I know I have to take him for a walk. He's gonna bark. He's gonna be on my ass. So just little things I try to have in my day to, just keep me going and just try to keep my bucket filled. Just little, little spurts of happiness throughout the day.
And that's good though. Like I said, just putting that. I didn't even think about that. Just like the correlation of like you got to get up in order to like walk him. Yeah, that makes sense.
Some days it's hard to get up, So
Word.
Marley's gonna make sure I'm up.
Or you're gonna have piss on the floor or something lying down.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt.
For sure.
Doubt. So like I said, I've seen you, like I said, get around, like speaking to people, like I said, advocating for mental health. Like, is there something that you, like I said, you spoke to your therapist today just prior to time, you know what I'm saying? And getting yourself, is that like the normal thing that you like try to connect with her before you get on stage and whenever you had to speak to other people?
No, it's just something I normally do every week. So I talk to her every week, good or bad. I just try to put that in my schedule because life happens. I don't know. I can't predict life. Like my aunt died last week, so the therapy was good today. So I always just try to keep that in my routine just in case. Just not just in case. It's just something to have an outlet to, someone to talk to.
Did you struggle with the whole like, like you said, like you didn't have nobody to tell you, you can speak to somebody coming up. Did you struggle with the whole like, black people don't go to therapy type of deal?
Of course I did.
For sure.
That's like the black culture, and that's kind of the stigma. But at the same time, when you're at your lowest and when things aren't, when you need help, you need someone to call on. Like that's kind of what you gotta be born with yourself. You gotta get rid of that ego. Get rid of that. As a man, we have that masculine mindset that we can just figure it out. We can just work through it. But some things you can't work through on your own. So that's just the mindset I had. Just try to figure out what Brandon needs and just try to work on that throughout my week.
Do you feel like whenever you were like going back to like the partying, like I said, I always think about stuff now, even in whatever moment I'm in, I'm also thinking like as a father as well. Like I said, I got my son, he's 8 right now, but eventually he's gonna be 16, 17, like real quick. Like whenever you was partying, drinking, do you feel like did the people around you, surrounding you, make a difference in for us like that, or do you feel like that was just all you? Like it didn't matter who was around you for us, like influence. You was just like whatever.
The people around you is a big influence.
Right.
When I kind of went on this different path and this different journey I'm on, I kind of had to get rid of those people that was kind of enabling me, just not being truthful with me, not being a good friend. Yeah. Watching me do things that Brandon shouldn't be doing, not being myself. Like, if you're a really good friend of mine, I feel like you would kind of just have a conversation with me, or whatever it may be. So kind of just got rid of, like, the partying friends, the friends that were just around just because I played football, or whatever the case may be. So I just kind of just had to, start over and make a whole new set of friends, start on this, make new friends on this path, friends that want to go to yoga, friends that want to come to stuff like this, friends that want to do other stuff besides partying. So I like to party, I still party, I like to drink, but at the same time, I need friends that are going to uplift me and empower me when I'm struggling or when I'm doing bad. So I try to surround myself with just good people in general, people that want more from me and not just things from me.
No, word. And that's another thing, like I said, speaking of like one thing from you, like I said, I know I watched it with DJ or whatever, as far as like the people that are around him, like when he was in the league versus when he wasn't out the league or whatever. Like I said, having people like, just want something from him all the time. And I know that's something that typically happens like with most guys who like be in your position and whatnot. Did that affect you? How did that, like, did you have like something that affected you in that way to where like when you realized like, damn, they were just here only because like they were trying to like take from me in a situation?
I never realized it until I was at my lowest.
I got you.
When my football career was over, when I didn't have the uniform on, when I wasn't given the things that I was given. So I realized that, I'm like, damn, like who's there? Like who's gonna help me through this?
Right.
And it was just a few people, and those are people I kind of still have in my life. So I just kind of had made a shift, and just kind of, like you said, just shift my mindset, shift who I want to be around, shift where I go, shift what I'm listening to, what I'm reading, what I'm putting into my mind, what I'm looking at. Just make a whole different shift and just start a different life than the life I was living.
I know it's something. I don't know. We were talking one time, like you said, talking about what putting in your mind, and we was talking about music or whatever, and you was like, yeah. You was like, man, what about? I forgot what we was talking about, but you was like, all right, yeah. Larry June, he's cool or whatever, something like that. So it's like, the music we listen to definitely plays a part. Cause I know
and just what you're looking at, you're looking at on your phone.
Word.
You're looking at on social media or just different things that just distracting you or just different things that I don't know. I just feel like you waste a lot of time. You put your energy towards things that don't really matter in life or aren't uplifting you or empowering you. So I just kind of just had to make a shift. You know, I still listen to rap music, all that, but it's a time and place for that.
Listen to the rap
I don't
music.
need that when I'm waking up in the morning. No, I listen to all that. I need all that, and that just gets me going. But sometimes in the morning, I just need some chill music. I just need some classical music. I need some uplifting music. But like when I'm at the gym, of course I'm gonna play that. But you know, just trying to find out. Just trying to
find a good balance. Yeah, for sure. I know that, and like I said, speaking of balance or whatever, like just getting into yoga. Do you know, like, did you just start doing yoga? Did somebody introduce you to it? Like, how do you connect with yoga now that you've been doing it for like a couple years now? Sure.
I connected with the yoga during COVID. Okay. Because all the gyms were closed. There was nothing to do.
Got to do something. Peloton or yoga.
And, you know, I just trying to figure out how can I still get the same effect and move my body, but not going to the gym. Word. So I found yoga, and at the time I was dealing with a lot of pain, like back pain, like neck pain, just all this different body pain. So I'm like, I need something that's gonna keep my body loose and keep me flexible and heal these injuries. So I fell into yoga, and it just kind of gave me that same feeling like I'm playing football. You know, like I feel like when I'm on my mat, I feel like I'm on the field. You know, and I'm in that zone. I'm only focused on branding. Like I'm working on myself. I'm moving my body. You know, breathing. And just all those good things. I kind of feel like I'm on the field at the same time. And that gives me something to work towards, like it gives me something to improve on. Like I feel like I'm going in there every day, I'm working on something. It just makes me feel like an athlete again. So that's just how I connected with it.
That's dope. I'm always also thinking about, like I said, just listening to everything you're saying, just for as like the bits and pieces that you done put together since like 2015 to where you're at right now. And say I didn't know you, and today was our first time meeting. Like, who am I meeting today? Like I said, where am I meeting you at in your life right now?
Oh man,
that was a good one.
Where you meet me at this point? I'm on this spiritual journey. I'll be 35 next month.
Turn up.
I'm the oldest in my family.
Hey.
And it's oldest of my brothers. I have 2 younger brothers, so I'm the oldest. None of them has kids. So I'm at this point. I'm just trying to. I feel like I know who I am now. I know what I want in life. I know I'm more than a football player.
Word.
I know who I am without the uniform.
Word.
And just all those good things. I have a beautiful family. I have a mom, dad is still in my life, so I'm just trying to be a better son. I don't have any kids. One day, be a better father.
Word.
And just continue to move on. Continue to talk about mental health. Continue to talk about, but continue to break that stigma in our black culture. Continue to break that stigma of you too strong to be a man. And just try to do all those things. So that's just my purpose. That gives me a purpose. That's my goal now. So. Just talk all those things in one, and I feel like that's where I'm at today. So,
I'm with that. I would be glad to meet you today. Then I'm like that. I'm with that. That's a clapping moment. Go for it. Yeah, for sure. One last thing I'm gonna ask before I start wrapping it up on is basically I always kind of ask people like, are they happy? You know what I'm saying? Because I know for me, whenever I was thinking about happiness, I really didn't know what made me happy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I always thought about it just for as like a sense of like maybe moments that like brought me joy, but like I really didn't know what made me happy whenever I was going through my period of depression. So I really started thinking about, what made me happy, and then I started thinking about, painting, and I started thinking about just going skating or whatever. Those were the things that kind of built me out, Yeah. What makes you happy?
Just all the things I've been talking about, yoga, being with my family, meeting new people. Connecting people. I love football, of course. I'm still tied in with football. I'm a coach this fall, so that gives me, I get to be on a team again. That gives me kind of a sense of purpose.
I think what got me to ask that
platform to reach the kids.
Just
so,
like I
love doing that. I love traveling.
Just from what I observed,
I know you love traveling. I see your Instagram, bro. I mean, like,
I love traveling. I love just trying different things. Just trying anything that's healing, anything mind, body. I'm just trying to be open, just open to anything that is useful or helpful.
I'm with it. And like I said, now I'm probably being redundant. Maybe that's the word. I'm not sure what it is. But like for us, like your message leaving forward from the day, because I want to make sure everybody in this room leave with the message of what you want to give out to them, and make sure they leave home with something in order for them to grow in their life. Because like I said, I know bits and bits of like everybody in this room, but you know, I never know what exactly is going to resonate with them. There's only so much talking I can do, you know what I mean? I know they get tired of me at some point, but maybe not Michaela. She loves listening to me.
I definitely
But
I can see how it grows.
eventually, you know what I'm saying, it always helps when somebody else is bringing their message. And like I said, that's one of the parts of having this platform, is just making sure that people's messages get across. Right now, whatever you got to say, what is that message that you want to leave with everybody here in Madison?
Stuff like
I think just be truthful and just be vulnerable and transparent with yourself first. Because I think we all
not
human.
even
We all
not. I
fail.
wasn't like
We
being
all have our
specific
ups
to
and
the
downs,
podcast. I
but,
was just
there's things you can do to find balance.
No,
things
no,
you can do to
good.
help yourself. So if you're struggling,
And I want you to,
reach
like,
out,
know
just talk to
that
people, whoever that you feel comfortable with. If
anytime
you're not
that I
struggling,
give you
continue to do things you're doing to pick
compliment
yourself
or,
up and keep yourself,
positivity, like
mentally and
I was very
physically
genuine
fit.
and I
For
want
sure,
you
man.
to, like,
Y'all make some noise. Brandon Bostick, man. He held it down, man. Came over here down in Madison, Wisconsin, man. Like I said, man, we definitely appreciate it of him, man. Shout out again to Madison Restaurant here down here. Shout out to DJ Andre, man. He about to send us back out here, man. So, like I said, man, for everybody that's gonna be watching this, whenever I put this up, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. But in the meantime, in between time, my name is Moody, and I was here, man. Y'all have a good night. Hey. Hey, man. Hey, man, we're going to be chilling for a little bit, man. Y'all feel free.